you want that space. Well, you have to take care of all the things that go with it. All right, friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast. Very fun recap episode for you. Kind of bring you up to speed my past 2 weeks. The chaos and insanity of shutting down an office, moving to a new location, and seeing patients in less than a week. We got it done. Let me tell you what I did. This is the Ultimate OD Podcast. Here we go. All right, my friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast. I am talking to you now after moving and seeing patients for 2 full days, my 2 primary care days, the most busy days of the week. It's been a lot. Let me kind of break it down. So it's been about 1.5 years in the making. I've been looking at growing and expanding, and I've always been a little hesitant because in the space I was at, rent was really low. My space was adequate. I was seeing patients and doing work. And every time I look to grow and expand, I instantly see the increased price tag. And I'm not great at predicting the future. I look and see where I want to go. And yeah, I can see the vision and stuff that I want, but like when you see the hard brass tacks of what's due in terms of rent, in terms of staff, and you're not really thinking about adding another doctor or the increased patient load, it's overwhelming. You're like, why would I move? Why would I put myself out there? Why would I take the risk? And like I said, if you've listened to my podcast the past 1.5 2 years, I just got sick of doing the same old thing. It got stagnant, right? So started banging on doors, trying to find a new spot, and I had to, in my mind, make this happen. And knocked on every single door I could, and finally found someone that would answer. Got a great developer. He wants to succeed. He's not afraid to take risks, and we built the office. The cool thing about the process was it's a brand new build. So he had a brand new building and said basically, how much space do you want? So I got to specify the amount of space I wanted and design it from the ground up. A lot of times the limitations that people have is they find a space and there's already rooms there, or there's a weird layout and you're trying to make it work. And I had to do that, right? And you make it work. And one of the mistakes I think that happens there is you try to make what's there fit instead of just tearing it all down and making it what's the most functional. That's going to give you the best chance to having a successful business. And one of my friends that, as I was trying to renovate a space, was like, you're trying to make these rooms fit, and it's made for a doctor's office, not an eye care office. Our offices, our rooms are different. I'm like, you're right, man. And like that fell through. But then I just started thinking I have to do what's best for the office. And I did that. And I designed an office that I'm proud of. I love the layout. It turned out great. If you want to go to Family Vision Optical on Facebook, on Instagram, you can see the new office. We have the pictures up. Like I said, I'm extremely proud of what I've built. I think it looks classy. I had a vision and it came to fruition. So that's been fun, right? I'll tell you this, and I told my wife this maybe a year ago. I'm like, hey, this is going to be a really stressful time. I know how I get, what goes on when you start a new practice or you have something new, and I'm not going to lie, it's been stress out of control. I can handle it and I know what to do, but I've been more short with my wife, more short with my kids. And, sleep hasn't been the greatest the past 2 weeks, since about a week before the move and then the week of the move. And now after the first day in the office, I'm sleeping well again. But I knew this stress was coming. I knew what to expect, and it still is a lot. So let me kind of walk you through the process. I was fortunate enough to Monday I saw patients. Full day, it's my primary care day, so about 20 comprehensives. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, blocked off the schedule. And Tuesday, I had a game plan. I said, this is what's going here. This is what's moving. I had critical things. I got all my vendors lined up, and they all came through. My IT people, my equipment guy, Todd Bardist, Premier Ophthalmic. If you guys want equipment, if you need someone that will go above and beyond to help you, he's the man. Like, I'll give you his number, his contact up. Amazing, right? My phone people came in. They came through. The contractor that I'm working with, I have nothing but great things to say about him. I've been able to have an open line of communication. If I need something, he's like, here, I'll make it happen. And it's been awesome, right? All these, even now that we're in, he's still here to help me out for whatever I need. It's been a really great situation. I couldn't have asked for anything better or more smooth, right? So just good people. Surround yourself with a great team, right? Get people that you enjoy working with and that come through. You're going to pay for it, right? I mean, everything has a cost, but it's worth it, right? When you have it done correctly versus you trying, and that's what I did in my first office. And my second office is I just found the lowest bidder, or I'll do it myself, right? This time I went all out. Now again, I paid for it, but the outcome is so much better, and I think it's gonna pay off. But let me get to the Tuesday. We got in at 9. I had one staff member at the new office, and we had all the patient stuff. So people could get pickups, they could get adjustment on frames, whatever, that was there, right? I had my VAs were answering the phones, and we basically cleared everything out, all loaded up our cars, and got everything to the new office. We got everything out, right? Everything went in dumpsters. So we did that in one day. The next day, and we were in work clothes, just not office clothes, but just, moving clothes, right? Streetwear, and we did that. The next day, I'm like, hey, we're going to be in the office, and we have to get things organized. And we were back in office attire. And I'll tell you this, we were in the office, but it took another whole day to get everything put away. Over 13 years, you accumulate so many things. And then when you have a big space, there's a lot of things that have to go places, and your staff is going to want to put them in certain places that make sense to them, but it doesn't make sense for the business, right? So you're kind of walking this fine line of making sure that they have input and say, but it still is the business that you want. So we got that out in the second half of the day. I'm like, we have a checklist, and I had a checklist of all things that we were going to do, and I had the staff go through it and start practicing. So we found out where we were missing things, where we needed help, where there were issues, and it went pretty smooth. Thursday, I'm like, I'm going to open up the schedule. We had one appointment, and it went fine. Brought them out and went from there, and then it was really nothing else the rest of the day. So I just blocked off the schedule and just let everyone get settled in. I was very aggressive to push how quickly I wanted us to be back in work mode, and that was on purpose, because if I would have let my staff sit there, get paid, and not do work, it's a slippery slope, right? That becomes their norm, or we can't do this. So I was always pushing the envelope. They could handle it. It worked, and we did fine. On Friday, full boat, we had the last half of the day, we had everything happen at once. We had 3 exams, a red eye, and it worked. And I'm glad that happened, because it helped me see some of the shortcomings, some of the areas that we were weak that you can't see until you're in there. So all weekend I had to think about that. Like, what am I going to do? What's going on? And again, I was probably a bear to live with. But come Monday morning, I had all the things I wanted. I ordered all the things. I had to make a list of everything they wanted. Brooms, equipment, or cleaning supplies. Just tell me and I'm getting it for you. Got it for them. Got some walkie-talkies so we could communicate, and outlined our new protocol. And it went fine. It honestly went very smooth. Tuesday, today, the second day, Again, really smooth. Saw about probably 35 comprehensives. My 2 primary care days, a bunch of red eyes. Realized after the first day on Friday that I needed to utilize every single room I had. So now I'm fitting those out to make sure that we're utilizing the space to its max potential. I have to get more stuff in the rooms because when you grow, it's awesome to have them more space, but now you need sit lamps, you need chairs, you need drops, you need Q-tips to flip lids. Just all these things need to be stocked. And guess what, guys? Costs money, right? Everything costs money. I am bleeding money right now, and that's fine, right? But I want to get back. I want to start making revenue and paying off for all that we've had here. Just a side note, in my personal life right now, like I have so many. My garage door broke. I have to get new tires on a minivan. Pets' heads are falling off. No, right? But these things are all hitting. And I'm honestly, surprisingly like, yeah, bring it on. Let's go, right? We will overcome, but it's going well. The one thing that's lingering right now is that we are staffed fine, right? We have 6 staff members. 6. 1 doctor. We have another doctor starting next week. We'll be fine. It's going to take a while to build her up, and I'll talk to you about the game plan for that. But we're staffed fine. I'm having trouble getting across is delegation and accepting that it's not going to be perfect initially, right? And I need some more leadership in the sense of, here, you do this, and I'm going to build you up and get you to the point of where you need to be. Some teaching, some managing, right? And I don't have natural people that are there, right? So they're taking it all on their plate. And what does that do? That overwhelms them, right? And that starts with me at the top. I'm having one-on-one meetings with them, asking what's going on, but I'm not pressing and I'm not getting the answers I need. That's going to be rectified, right? But it's just part of the process. Like, I accept this is what happens. Like, I have a bunch of people, like my patients, all my fellow colleagues, reaching out, looking at the office and saying, great job, you've done it. Like, they're proud of me, they're envious, they wish they had the office that I have, and I love it. I'm like thankful to have that. But heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? You want that space. Well, you have to take care of all the things that go with it, right? I'm managing the new doctor, bringing her on, getting her ready, making sure she's successful, managing my staff, managing the virtual assistants, trying to delegate and have them go. Like I said, they're not necessarily doing what I would do, but they're getting overwhelmed. It's time to throw them a parachute and teach them how to do this, right? To give them more tools, but also bring it to the attention. Why haven't you brought it to me in the first place? Why did it get to this point when I said, if you have anything, bring it to me, I'll help, right? And we all try to take on too much. Just nature of the beast, right? And I want to keep growing. I want to keep expanding. This is not the end. This is the beginning, right? But this is the stress level that comes when you start your own business, right? This is the stress level. This is what I saw when I was at my smaller office and said, yeah, I'm not quite ready for that, right? But something got at me about a year ago and said, it's time to make the move. And I'm embracing it. I love it. It's awesome. It's going really stinking well. It's just, when you start looking at the trees, you lose the forest. And that's what my staff members, my managers right now are doing. We're going to be better. We're going to fix that. But that's that. And I'm honestly excited because I love coaching, managing, and making that better. So I'm looking forward to that challenge. Now, the other thing is, I see the new doctor starting next week, and I want to load up her schedule. I want her busy. And I thought, I didn't know how I'd feel when like people would schedule an online appointment and it wasn't with me. And honestly, we've had a couple come through and I'm like, great. And then I looked at it and I had a bunch of, we sent out our first text messages to get the recalls out and get people to schedule. And they were all coming in for me. I'm like, oh, That I love being busy, but I want her to see patients. So I've blocked off my schedule for online scheduling. I still have a schedule on Thursdays and Fridays, but you can't do it online. So you have to literally call and make the appointment. Most people aren't doing that. So I've blocked that time aside for her. In my mind, that'll start filling up quickly, right? And by quickly, I mean by the end of the year, she should start seeing, 3-4 patients a day. That would be great. When I started my practice, that's how it was. And by me pulling back, she'll get more. And I think that's what I want. I don't think. That is what I want. I want her to be busy. I want her to be at her max capacity as soon as possible. I want to have to add another doctor in a year. And I also want to build a dry eye center. So it's a combination of getting her enough comprehensives to keep her busy, but also now filling those dry eye evaluations with her. It's a tough sell right now because I've done so much to build up my persona, my reputation as being the dry eye expert to say, hey, I have an appointment available with this other doctor, right? Again, that's going to happen. It's going to be something that is just necessary. But it's a building process, and that's getting her to the office, getting her established, and I want her to be comfortable before she has a bunch of exams. This coming, tomorrow, I have her 2 comprehensives and a dry eye evaluation. She's going to go through and do that, and then from the dry eye evaluation, that patient hopefully will do IPL and whatnot, but I want to see what her plan of action is. Where does she feel comfortable? Where does she need help? We're just going to make her as good as she possibly can and get her as comfortable as she needs to be successful. We are going to succeed. This is going to be awesome. So that's kind of what's happened in the past week. I wanted to give you insight into what I'm going through, what I'm thinking, because on the outside, in the Instagram world, the Facebook world, you see all the glamour. And that's what I want you to see. That's what I want my patients to see. You see the beautiful office, right? But there's a lot of stinking stress. There's a lot of weight on your shoulders that you now have this loan, you now have this increased overhead, and you got to produce, right? And me doing everything I was doing, honestly could carry the note, carry everything. But then if I did nothing more than what I was doing at the other office, I'm losing money. It was a bad move, right? But if I do what I'm doing, or even pull back 10%, we get another doctor in here that can do 70-80%, I'm winning, right? That's the plan. Have the vision, have the mindset of this is what it's going to take to grow. And you don't grow without pain. Staff members, when you grow and expand, there's always a what's in this for me right now mentality, right? You have to keep them motivated. You have to keep them satisfied. But there's going to be more work, right? They went from their job doing what they're doing to now they're doing more. Yeah, they have a better space, a better location. They get a lot of positive vibes, but they're doing more work. And if they aren't supported, they're going to feel overwhelmed and burn themselves out, right? Who does that fall on? Y-O-U. You, me, owner. Leadership starts at the top. I don't care if you have managers, if you have people in place that are handling these things. End of the day, the buck stops with you. Put your people in position to succeed. Give them the tools they need to be successful. Do that. It'll be great. Now, again, I'm a case study. Let's see where I'm at, but I promise you, in 3 months from now, I'm going to look back and be like, that was a start, and look at us now. What do you think of me now? How do you like them apples? That's what I got. We'll have more for you next week. Where has the time gone? We are to the closing thought of the episode, and something I heard that resonated with me this week was when you're looking at success, right? Success is a lot like stacking rice, okay? You do it every single day, right? The more rice you stack, the more you do it over time, the bigger that pile gets. And you know what? You have a few off days or you take a few days off and you take a couple scoops of that rice and you throw it away. The more rice you've been stacking, the less you notice it. When you're early on in that rice stacking mentality, you take a scoop away, you might not have anything left. Right? That just made sense to me. Right? Whether it's working out, whether it's starting a business, I don't know, whatever else people do with their lives, because I have two things. Reading a book, I guess. I don't know. But working out and starting a business or running a business, those are my two, that's what I love to do. Stacking rice, my friends. Stack that rice, and a year from now, you'll have such a big pile, you have a little reserve to pull from. You can take some away and you'll be fine. Put in the time, the results will come. That's what I have for you. Dr. Lily out.